Today, we'll be talking about 7 marketing strategies to increase your sales. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. It's another wonderful opportunity. It's another wonderful privilege to have you with me today on the Grace Impact Radio, where word, music, and entertainment lives. I am so excited. I'm so excited to have you here today. It's a great privilege. I do not make light of it, and I don't want to waste your time because we're going to dive right inside the topic so we can dissect and share all the nuggets. So, those joining me from Facebook and from YouTube, kindly tell me where you are viewing from, okay, and also from the Mixler app. So please put up in the comment section, tell us where you're listening from. It's a great privilege to have you here. Today we'll be talking about 7 marketing strategies to increase sales. What are the things you need to do to expand your marketing strategies? What are the things you need to do to increase your sales turnover? Now, there are tons of them, but I just decided to put these 7 together so that we can. These are the most important part of your marketing campaign. Whatever you're doing, it centers or it circles, it boils down around this 7 principles, or if you call it principles or strategies. And please don't forget to invite others to join us as we learn this for free. Let's be a blessing wholesale. Kindly share whichever link you have, the YouTube link, the Facebook link, the Mixler app link. Kindly share with your friends, share with your loved ones, and also don't forget to share with your enemies because that will make them be at peace with you. So if you are ready, type in the comment section, I'm ready, because I am ready. Let's dive right into it. Now, the most important part of this strategy is the fact that it helps you to think marketing most of the time. It puts you in that mood of marketing. It sets your radar to think how you can close in more sales. Marketing is more of one to many. You understand? So you need to learn the strategies that you can apply to maximize this way of selling. Number one strategy which you need to implement to make more sales is what I call the marketing sweet spot. Now, this is going beyond just enough marketing. This is going beyond just coming out to make an advert, to put up an advert. Now, most times people think they should do some ads and everything just blows up. It doesn't work that way. From my experience, it requires time. Whatever advert you are putting up, either paid ads or you are using organic reach, it requires time, it requires energy, and it also requires money. So you need to identify your marketing sweet spot. Now, your marketing sweet spot is that point where you don't have to do a lot for your advert to go viral, for your name to go viral, for whatever you are selling to be identified by a lot of people. Take, for instance, you are pushing a vehicle up the hill. At the beginning, or rather at the foot of the hill, when you are pushing this vehicle, you discover that you are exerting much energy, you are putting in much time, you are trying to make this thing work, you are pushing it, climbing the hill. It's not an easy task. As you are climbing, sometimes you might lose step or lose balance, the car will roll back. You start all over again. You keep pushing until you get to the top of the hill. The top of the hill is your marketing sweet spot. You know why? Because as you're descending the hill on the other side, what do? You don't do much thing. You don't exert much energy. All you need to do is just follow the ride. It's just to cruise as the vehicle slides down the hill. So everybody needs to identify their marketing sweet spot. While you are trying to identify your marketing sweet spot, you need to keep pushing. You need to keep marketing. You need to keep advertising. You need to keep paying for adverts. You need to keep doing things that will blow up your business. So you need to identify that marketing sweet spot. It's not about spending a few dollars on ads, or you make a few posts and you expect a massive breakthrough, because there is not enough reach. All right. So exposure, your ads requires exposure, your post requires exposure, it needs engagement to be able to reach to your target audience, all right, or the people you are trying to connect with. Okay, so if you, but the good part of it is that if you remain consistent, you will hit your sweet spot. I'll say that again. If you remain consistent, you will hit your what? Sweet spot. Now, you can move from one post a week or to posting daily to reach more people. Some persons, when they come to social media, they make one post in a month, or some once in 2 weeks, and some once in a week, and they expect it to go viral. No, it doesn't, because the algorithm will not be friendly with you. So if you want people to engage more with your post, you need to engage. You see, one thing the social media has been able to carve out, or been able to make people become, are active social media users. They don't want passive social media users. They want you to be active. They want you to interact with people. They want you to respond to comments, like other people's posts. They want you to not just making your own posts or putting up your advert. They need you to be active on the platform. Remember, sometimes the law of diminishing returns sets in when you are doing all this, but what do? You go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, what was that thing I did that gave me lots of success? What was that thing I did that gave me my best results? Go back to your drawing board, work on that strategy, fine-tune that strategy, and bring it back to life. Bring it back into your business. Are you understanding what I'm sharing? Now, for somebody might say, I don't have any, I've not had any breakthrough. So what do? You emulate others. You look at those who are doing well in your chosen field and practice whatever they are doing. All right. Now, the next marketing strategies that will increase your sales massively is what I call practice the rule of 7. Practice the rule of 7. Now, for someone to purchase whatever you sell or take action on whatever you offer, they should have seen that post. They should have seen that offer a minimum of 7 times, a minimum of 7 engagements. Now, most conversions on sales happen like after 5 rejections, after 5 follow-ups, after 5 emails have been sent, or after 5 SMS. You've sent out 5 SMS or 5 calls directly or indirectly. It doesn't happen at the first instance. Only 3% of the population takes action at the first instance. So those are the buying audience, but you don't want to focus on those 3%. Go after the 30%. And those 30%, they need to see your offer minimum of 7 times. So you present it in this format, you present it in another format, you use another strategy, you follow up by email, you send an SMS, you follow up with a phone call, you keep talking to them, and suddenly they buy into your offer. Why are you doing that? You are preparing them. You are energizing them. You are making their mind to be attuned to your product. So first thing you need to do is to identify your ideal market. It doesn't make sense selling products to someone who is not motivated. If you're selling a product to someone who isn't motivated, you are going to struggle. you're going to fight too much, because you're going to put in so much energy, because that person is not interested. That person is not motivated. So you need to find your ideal market. Then you also need to show up in front of your ideal market. Where are they hanging out? Present your offer before them. Whichever social media platform they are using or they are hanging out on, whatever content that appeals to them, present it in that way. Okay? So you need to find that ideal market. Even though I'm going to be talking more about the ideal market or the customer in a few points ahead. So it's not just about your content, but how your target audience receives that content. You need to know how your target audience receives your content. It requires you to sit down and do an analysis. All the posts, which of your posts went viral most? Which of your posts did your audience connected with? Which of your posts had more engagement? You need to find out. When you find out, when you get this, then you know your audience, this is what they like. Okay, not just one post, but look at a few posts in that category, in that area. Which of them had more engagement? So you know what your people want. Then you'll be able to dish their meal in that same way. So there's no point being on Twitter, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other social media platform. If your people aren't there, I'm not on TikTok, even though I have a TikTok account, but I have done my analysis and my people are not there. The category of people I'm looking for, the ideal market I'm looking for, they are not on TikTok. My product is not a good fit for that environment. I have a Twitter account, but I'm not active on Twitter, even though I set my posts. Now, whenever I make any post on Instagram, it goes to my Facebook and also hits my Twitter, but I'm not active on Twitter. That's why I don't have much followers and my post doesn't get engagement, because I'm passive on that place. I decided to focus more on Instagram and Facebook, then YouTube. These are the places where I found my ideal market, places where I found those who needed the product I have. So I brought my product in their face and I kept showing up because I've discovered my sweet spot. So keep showing up in front of them with your value, with your content, and with your offer. That's why I keep bringing all these values, this content to you at no cost, because I know my ideal market is in this place. They are the people that will buy whatever I have to sell. All right. Now, another thing, the third strategy which you need to practice to increase marketing or increase sales when marketing is what I call the mere exposure effect. Now, mere exposure effect. Now, this is more psychological, okay? The humans often associate frequency with trust. When you keep showing up in the face of people, the more often you show up in front of them, the more they see you, they come to identify with your offer or your brand, the more they like you, and the more they tend to trust you. So once people can trust you, they will buy whatever you are selling. Because people, first of all, buy into you before buying what you sell. That's why big brands, they keep running adverts. They keep running ads, even though their name is so popular, but they keep showing up. They want to remain fresh in your heart. They want to remain as fresh as a vintage wine. Are you getting value from what I'm sharing with you? And have you invited others to join us on this call? Please tag them in the comment section, share the link with them, let them be part of what we are sharing today. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. My YouTube channel is FBI Coach. FBI Coach, one word. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please don't forget to activate the notification button so that when contents like this are dropped, you'll be one of the first to know. Okay. So this is why the marketing rule 7 is so important. You need to keep showing up. You need to keep presenting your content. You need to be consistently consistent. Being consistent is so important. All right. Then the fourth strategy to increase your marketing and make more sales is you need to go deep rather than broad. You need to go deep rather than broad. Now, in this strategy, you must be specific on whom you want to target. It's not enough for you to say my target audience is those who, or rather are those who need money, or those who want to make more money, or those who want to be wealthy, or those who want to lose weight. No, you need to be specific. Target them based on their pain points. It's very, very important. When you target your audience based on their pain points, then you are not selling to someone who is not motivated. Because whatever you are offering is trying to provide a solution. Every customer tunes into an FM called the WIIFM, meaning what's in it for me. Every time you are selling a product or service, or you are presenting an offer to a client, the first thing that client does is to tune into that FM. That person is asking himself, what problems will this solve for me? How will this be of good benefits to me? How will this solve my problem? How will this meet my needs? How will this bridge my gap? That's the FM they tune into. So target them based on their pain points. Then you also target them based on what gives them joy. Remember, the first one is their pain points. The second one is that gives them joy. And you also target people within your age bracket, 10 years below you, 10 years above you. Don't go beyond that. 10 years below you. So if you are 20, if you are 30, target people between the ages of 20 to 30. Or and if you're moving forward, you target people between the ages of 30 to 40, or you target people between the ages of 25 to 35. But whatever you're doing, let it be within the 10-year range. Okay. When you go beyond, when you go broad, your message, your message, or rather, you are forced to water your message. You're forced to water down your message. Your message will not hit them at their pain point or their point of joy. So you need to bear this in mind. Okay. Number 5 is your ideal customer avatar. You must know who your ideal customer avatar is. Now, an avatar is a detailed profile of your ideal customer. An avatar is a detailed profile of your ideal customer. You identify the common characteristics of those whom you want to target, or those whom you are targeting. And if you don't understand who your ideal customer is, you will fail at marketing. The reason why people are not making money when it comes to marketing is because they don't understand who their ideal customer is. My new book titled The 3 Ways to Sell with Storytelling, one of the chapters, I dwelled on this ideal customer avatar. I took time to explain the ideal customer avatar so that it will help you understand why you should market this category of people, how you can use your stories to make a lot of money. If you haven't purchased this book, you're missing out a lot, because the price will be going up in a few days' time. Once it's September 1, the price shoots up. So, and beyond shooting up, all the bonuses that comes with it will be taken off. So I encourage you to chat me up or send me a DM. For those viewing on Facebook and and YouTube, I'm going to drop my WhatsApp link in the description of the video. Then those listening on the radio, I will just call out my number so you can have it. And my number is +234 7033 109363. I'll call it again. +234 7033 109363. Send me a WhatsApp message so I can give you the link to purchase your copy, to grab your copy. Now, for those on YouTube and Facebook, I'll also drop a link to the book, so you can just click on the link and grab your copy. I took time to explain a lot about customer avatar. If you buy that book, you will never regret buying it, because if you read that book and implement everything I have shared in it, you don't get results, I will return your money and I will also do you an apology letter. Okay. So in that book, I took time to explain the customer avatar, why you must know who your customer avatar is. And there was one key thing. There are three key things I shared in that book. Number one is the demographic details. Now, this have to do with their age, their gender, their title, their occupation. You need to know that. Then the second thing I shared about the customer avatar is that the geographic details. You need to have that at the back of your hand, and this have to do with their location. That's the country which they live in, the municipal, the state, the local government, where basically where your ideal customer live. You need to know that. You need to have, so it's not enough to bring up an offer and you're targeting somebody in Japan or you're targeting someone in Malaysia. Meanwhile, your product is meant for the Nigerian market. Your product is meant for the Tanzanian market. If I'm selling to the South African market, I should have been able to have my ideal customer, and not just the entire South Africa. Which region, which area in South Africa am I targeting? Are you getting value from what I'm sharing with you? Then the third thing is their psychographic details. Now, this is more of the head stuff, like their belief system, their values, their attitudes, the organizations, their aspirations, their political affiliations, their religion, their lifestyle. So everything that talks about their makeup. So when you have these three things in check, the demographic details, the geographic details, and the psychographic details, you will be able to understand whom you are targeting, why you are targeting the person, and how to make more money. That's how I make 6-7 figures from my digital products. I don't go making noise online. I already know who I'm targeting, and my ads is targeting these people, and they are buying. So you need to grab this book. Everything I shared in that book, it's that storytelling it's all about life experiences, learning from the street. There's a strategy from the local sellers which you and I need to learn. I learned from them a lot. I implement these things in my sales. All right. So if you have two different avatars or two different category of people you want to sell to. So for example, you want to work with women between the ages of 25 and 35, and you also want to work with men between the ages of 40 to 50. Both should have different pains and problems. They should have different fears and frustration so that you can serve them properly with different messages that appeal to them. The messages that appeal to the 25 to 35 age is not the same as for 40 to 50. You need to understand this. You need to have this clearly written. And in the book, I also shared how to create your customer avatar. Apart from the things I have mentioned here, I wrote down a few points on how to create your customer avatar, who they are, what they need, how to identify their pain points, and a whole lot. I bet you don't want to miss that book. So click on the link in the video, in the description of this video, so you can grab your copy. And those on the radio, you can chat me up on my WhatsApp +234 7033 109363. That's my WhatsApp number. So you can get the link to grab your copy, because everybody needs to increase sales. Everybody needs to make more money to boost their business. Then number six marketing strategy to make more sales is what I call miracles and miseries. Now, the real result of your marketing campaign comes down to identifying the problem they want to solve and increasing that thing that brings them joy. So customers don't buy when they understand whatever you are talking about, but they buy when they feel understood, when they feel that you have fully understood their pain points, their miseries. They buy from you. Miracles are their joy, their wants, their needs, their desires, their problems. Okay, did I say problem? Sorry, their happiness. Miracles are their joy, their wants, their needs, their happiness, their desires. These are their miracles. While misery is their pain, their problem, their frustration, their weakness, and all the things they are trying to get away from as it relates to your business or your offer. So what you should do is to identify these pain points or identify this joy and increase it. When you list these pain points down, you need to find out which one comes first on the list and you focus on them. So if you have been able to list out like 10 pain points, focus on the first and the second. If you have listed out 10 joys, they are miracles, focus on the first and the second. When you do that, you will increase sales. You will make massive money because you are bringing value to the marketplace. The another thing you need to do is to position your brand to be the bridge that takes them from their pain to their joy. Position your brand to be the bridge that takes them from their pain to their joy. And the faster you can move them from misery to miracle, the more value you will add to their life and the more money you stand to make. Because what they are looking for is that thing that will solve their problem. You're getting value from this, right? And I believe you have shared all the links you have with your friends, with your contacts, with your loved ones, and even your enemies, because like I said earlier, that will make them be at peace with you. Then the seventh strategy, which is the last but not the least, is I said, sell the sizzle, not the stick. Sell the sizzle, not the stick. Sell the benefits, not the features. Sell emotions, not the logic. See, customer wants to buy. Customer want to buy, but they don't want you to sell to them. So how do you make them buy when they don't want you to sell to them? You need to sell the sizzle. Now, talking about sizzle and the stick, in Nigeria Palace, there is this barbecue sellers. We call them the suya man. The suya man only comes out at night, in the evening before the night falls, to set up his business. He sets his fire and he brings the stick. He places that's the meat. He places it on the fire, which has been seasoned with different condiments. But what this suya man does is that for him to announce to the environment he's available, he takes some of the seasonings, because the seasoning has a particular aroma that once you perceive it, you know the suya man is available. So what he does is that he takes a little of this sauce, of that sauce, he pour it in the fire and add oil to it. What happens is that smoke will boom out. The smoke goes into the air and send message across to the environment that the suya man is available. That's how he sells his market. He adds more fire. So it is the fire that sells the suya. So the more fire he adds to, the more oil and sauce he adds to the fire, the more the smoke goes out, the more people get to know that this guy is around, his business is ready, he's ready for business for the day. So learn to sell the sizzle and not the stick. Sell benefits. Customers want benefits. They don't want futures. Take, for example, this pen. The features of this pen is the fact that it has a lid that covers the tip. It's housed in a cylindrical casing. These are just the features. But what is the benefit of this cap? What is the benefit of this lid? The most important benefit is that it protects the pen from leaking out, from staining your body. Peradventure, it starts leaking. The cap prevents it from leaking out. And not just leaking out, when you leave this pen open for some time, the weather dries the tip. So when next time you want to use it to write, it becomes difficult. But by virtue of covering it with the cap, the tip remains fresh. And another benefit